So we know exactly who to point fingers at when it comes to hiatuses. Now, this was a very surprise in like an interesting article that involved Togashi a lot, since a lot of people, especially even the Japanese people, have been really tired, and especially bookstores, about dealing with Togashi's shit, about him keep going on hiatuses more and more and more. So I'm going to read off the article for you that was posted on Anime. On the May 12th episode of the Kanto regional talk show Otono for adults in English, manga artist Hisashi Eguchi, like known for doing Stop Hibari-kun, which is something I've never fucking heard of, was featured as a guest. The host, Yusuke Santamaria, like teased Eguchi about his frequent hiatuses on Hibari-kun. Eguchi claimed that drawing weekly isn't something humans can do. It's impossible. In the end, the publishers told me, we don't need you anymore. Ouch. That's fucking rough. When Santamaria then compared Eguchi's hiatus to Togashi's, Eguchi blamed himself for inspiring Togashi. I taught him it was alright to be lazy. Togashi looked at me and kept taking hiatuses. It's my accomplishment. I'm the one who said you don't have to draw weekly. Santamaria like ejected. No, I want to read it. I ended at a really good part. Like, so that's the thing. I'm like, wow. So the laziness was like, sorry man, you don't have to do like all this shit. And by the way, so despite the assumptions among like Eguchi and some fans that Togashi like is on hiatus due to laziness, the official reason is chronic lower back pain. To get a visual sense of how many hiatuses he's been on. Like, this manga started in '98, and since like '06, there's charts. That's how bad it is. Like, there's charts and graphs to look about how many, like, it's been like out at the same amount of time as like Naruto, I believe, and look at it, it's like what, 38 volumes, like 33, I don't know how many volumes Hunter has, but you look at it and it's like Naruto ended, it had 70 volumes. That's how much like it's been. And one thing I was like, there's two sides to this. You can take it. You either go to this guy, you go to Eguchi, and you go, fuck you, man. Like, you're the one that's pointing to like saying like, oh yeah, that isn't something humans like can do. It's impossible. When you got people like Oda, you're like Kubo, now you got Hiro fucking Mashima. That motherfucker don't take breaks. Same thing with like a bunch of like newer artists, like when they want to make their big break, they can't do that. They can't take breaks. Like, imagine if the guy that did My Hero Academia did that. Like, My Hero Academia wouldn't be that popular at all. Like, it wouldn't be anywhere there. Same thing could be said for Black Clover. Same thing could be said for all these series. Like, I don't think One Piece would be that popular if it had this like giant hiatus train wreck that what Togashi is. And then you come into it as well, where it's on Togashi's side, where it's like, okay, like what look and all that. Although this Eguchi guy may like said inspired him, it's okay to take lazy stuff, and like the author say, no, I want to read it like that. It's interesting that it's like like Togashi has always been like said like how much he's said like how much he's been tired, how much he's like been really like in a lot of pain, and a lot of people have said that pretty much the reasons he's taken it off is because of due to laziness. And like Shonen Jump has given like their official reason is like he has got back pain, and you can even see during especially the Yu Yu Hakusho stuff, like especially like last volume, there was an interesting article on there that was talking about this sort of stuff, how much like he was in so much pain and he couldn't do it anymore. And it was like, okay, like if they were like you think on this side, this is only comparison that is Petrus, like then you go to that side, it's like the man sounds miserable, but he wants to tell the story. And I understand that, like, there's nothing wrong with that at all, but for the love of God, dude, if you wanted to do a story, there are other ways. Look at the Sword Art Online guy, like, I know light novels aren't as popular, like, as manga is, but it's like, there are those, like, exceptions to the rule. Like, you got SAO, it blew up, and I'm pretty sure if Hunter x Hunter was, like, of the same quality, people would still eat up regardless. I think if, like, people said to me, like, okay, you're going to get 4, like, I don't know how frequent light novels come out, but considering, like, how much Togashi has to say about this stuff, he'd be like, alright, I'm going to drop you, let's say, I'm gonna say there's probably 3 light novels. I don't know the like frequency of them, but let's say there's like 2 free light novels coming out like a year, and it's like, this is what you're gonna get from me. This is gonna get a story, and let's say like those contain an arc or a big segment of like the series. I think people would still do it. They'd be bummed out, but then it's like, oh yeah, we got more material for the anime then, yay, like for that. So like, I guess that's the thing, but it's like, you also come into it like, look how hard the Japanese people have to work. Like, that's just the Japanese like work like life cycle where they don't get any time off. They don't do like they slay the way at their works like that. Like, Japan's work industry is miserable. You do not ever want to work there, trust me. If people say, oh, I want to move into Japan, you know, get like, I would like to go on holiday there once. I would never want to live there. Just not on the state that, like, you know, like, economy is like, is there like over there. It's absolutely like, people don't have time to even fall in love and get married over there. It's just work, 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 work. And you hear how like insane it is with the anime studios where they're like sleeping in their offices, and that they're pretty much like they're there 6 days a week, like for like 20 hours a day. And it's like they go to get a few hours sleep and they're back at it, and then sometimes like they'll be working non-stop. It's like, it's absolutely madness. And I think there's 2 parts you take out that is like, yeah, it sounds like maybe this Oguchi guy is like, I'm tired of like how Japan does this shit, and it's like, we have to stop non-stop working week by week. I don't know if this guy was a weekly or a monthly guy. If he was a monthly guy, then that's no fucking excuse right there. Like, even still, it's like at least Miura, like, he has some issues with that, like going on hiatuses, but at least one of them was legit where he's like, I don't like where the story was going. Like, so I don't know. I'm curious to see what you guys like specifically say about that. On my personal opinion about it, like, ever since I saw that article, I kind of think, like, I don't think Togashi's bullshitting us on the whole thing. I do think a lot of it does have to do, maybe he does have some kind of back problem, like, to it. However, though, even with that, I do believe that there is, like, a bit of laziness, and he could be using that as an excuse sometimes to do anything. But like I said, though, like, many times, the guy has already done a month worth of chapters as of this moment, and I said I'm going to give him till like 8 chapters, then I'm going to start forgiving him, saying like, if he goes to like 10, 12, 20, like, which we shouldn't expect, we should expect it weekly, you know, that'd be fantastic. But, you know, that, I guess that's just the thing, especially when someone like people really do care about this manga, and it'll be like, you know, there wouldn't be so much like argument and debate over it if this manga was like, if this manga was shitty, then like people would not like care about it, and that's why probably Japanese got tired and saying fuck it and done, don't care. And, you know, people don't wait that long for a story. Like people that like, you know why like Detective Conan's so popular and all that? Because it kept going on. One Piece, why is it so popular? Because it kept going on. Like, you know, same thing. It's like they had their start and finish. Like that's just how it is with many sort of like. Do you hear anyone talk about Bastard? That guy does like 1 chapter like every 2 years or something like that. That's like beyond insane. Like, so yeah, that's pretty much how it is though. So I thought I'd just give you like kind of like an interesting news article on that. So I'm kind of curious to see what you think about this whole Hunter x Hunter like debacle, and also as well, what do you think of this Oguchi guy? I ended up checking up like some of his works, and I'm like, he's done nothing that of like real, like, from what I've seen of like the scorings and stuff on my anime list, and like from what like I've seen of these like shows and all that like on there, it's like doesn't seem like he's done anything too impressive. So doesn't sound like he's inspiring, you know, like doing the big fucking knowledge and crazy shit like Hunter x Hunter is doing. So I don't know. I think that guy's a little bit more lazy than him, but it's like I think he might have something to do why like Togashi takes so many breaks. That's all from me. So thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.